Hello all, welcome back to Current Affairs Series series. I'm Guna Mathivanan from Officers IAS Academy. Friends, I'm coming up with an exclusive current affairs program targeting 2024 prelims as well as mains. I have given the information about it here. You can go through if you are interested and you can make a call to the number given here. Right. What is going on in Israel? To understand the current issue, we have to understand the history of Israel and Palestine. So, in a brief manner, let me give you the history, what happened between Israel and Palestine, and what is going on today that we will try to understand. Around 4,000 years ago from today, the Israel was ruled by Jewish kings 4,000 years ago. The Israel today, what we see, was actually bigger in size. It was controlled by Jewish kings, right? So here I have given the map of Israel for your reference, right? After 2000 years, that is 4000 years ago, it was coming under the Jewish kingdom. After 2000 years, there was, this Jewish area, this Israel area was coming under Roman Empire. Christianity was spreading very fast at that time. There was religious animosity against the Jews. A lot of Jews were killed. A lot of Jews were killed. A lot of the Jews were expelled from that Israel region. Right? So Jews, they were going and getting settled in different parts of the world. Jews were spreading in Europe. Jews were, even they reached India, they settled in Maharashtra, they settled in northeastern part of our country. So in different parts of the world, they got settled because there was hatredness against Jews post crucifixion of Jesus. There was spread of Christianity. The Jews were facing hatredness, religious animosity against the Jews. The Jews were expelled from their land. According to Jews, Israel is the land which was gifted by God. That Israel land they consider as a gift given by the God, but they were expelled from that land. They got settled in different parts of the world. But even after spreading across the world, they were still hated. They were marginalized. They were not accepted. There was violence practiced against Jews. Right? So this situation was going on. Anti-Semitism was practiced. Anti-Semitism refers to that hatredness towards the Jews. It was practiced everywhere, most of the places. So Jews were looking for a permanent place exclusively for them because they are scattered. They wanted to consolidate the population. They want to settle in one place. There was the rise of a nationalism, a rise of a consciousness. That nationalism consciousness was rising, and that consciousness is called as Zionism. See, among the Jews, there was a feeling that we are scattered. That is why we are being targeted. Let us come together and we will settle in one place. They chose Israel. Right? That would be the obvious choice because according to Jews, that Israel is the land gifted by the God. But however, in all these years, what happened? That Israel land came under the control of Ottoman Empire. The Arab-speaking Muslims, they took over that place. Arab-speaking Muslims, they got settled in that Israel land, and they were calling that area as Palestine. For hundreds and hundreds of years, Arab-speaking Muslims, they got settled and they named that part as Palestine. Now there is no more Israel, there is only Palestine there. For hundreds of years, generations, people settled there. But however, now the Jews, they wanted to settle in Israel. They want to consolidate and they want to settle in Israel. They seeked the help from UK, Britain, and Britain promised. They said, Jews, wait for the right moment. I will help you to go and settle in Israel. But however, it was not happening immediately. First World War came. In the First World War, the the Ottoman Empire got destroyed. But still, the Jews, they were not able to go and settle completely in Israel. In between, Hitler came. Hitler killed almost 60 lakh Jews. Right? So Jews were worried. Jews were feeling that if we have a separate country for us, we can protect ourselves. Since they are not having a separate land, everyone is targeting them. See, Hitler comes and he is killing 60 lakh Jews in the name of Holocaust. So the need for a separate land was gaining more momentum, and UK they made the Jews to go and settle in. After this, UK they made the Jews to go and settle in Israel. So slowly, the Jews across the world, they started settling in that Palestinian region. Today it is, in that period, during after Second World War, right? In the or during Second World War, at that time period, slowly, 1945, 46, 47, the Jews across the world, they started settling in the Palestine. All of a sudden, a lot of Jews, they were coming and settling in Palestine. That became a threat for the Palestinians, because those Palestinians, those Arab speaking Muslims in that area, they got settled for generations. All of a sudden, Jews all over the world, they are coming in large number and settling in that Palestinian region. So that resulted in a kind of civil war between the Jews as well as the Palestinians. In 1947 November, UN intervened, and UN said that okay, Israel, there is Jews and the Palestinians, please don't fight. We will have a two-state solution. We will have a two-state solution. So what UN said? UN said we will divide that land into two. One part will go to Jews as Israel. Another part will go to the Arab speaking Muslims as Palestine. So one part is for Israel, one part is for Palestinians. So UN said more than 50% of land will go to Israel, and around 40% plus of land will go to Palestine. Right? This was the solution given by UN, and UN also said two cities, that is Jerusalem and Bethlehem. Jerusalem and Bethlehem, these two cities, that will be having a special international status, that will be declared as international city, because this Jerusalem and Bethlehem is very important because of its religious significance. For Christians, for Jews, for Muslims, these regions are very important. So UN said these two cities alone will have international city status, and the other areas, Israel and Palestine, that is, they will follow this two-state solution. So this idea was given by UN in 1947 November. However, Israel rejected. Israel said nothing doing. In 1948, Israel declared independence. Israel, they were coming up with their boundary line and they said it is an independent state. They declared independence. So what was a civil war between the Jews and Palestinians that became a full-fledged war? So in 1948, there was a full-fledged war between the Israel as well as Palestinians, but the Palestine was supported by Arab countries. One side small Israel, another side Palestine plus Arab countries. However, Israel, they defeated the Arab nations. Israel, they defeated the Arab nations. So in this defeat, Israel, they captured the eastern part of Jerusalem. Sorry, the western part of Jerusalem. I'm sorry. They captured the western part of Jerusalem. See what UN said, we will divide that land into Israel and Palestine. Jerusalem, Bethlehem, these two cities will have international city status. But Israel was not agreeing to that. Israel declared independence. That led to war between Israel and Palestine supported by Arab nations. Israel, they defeated the Palestinian forces, and Israel captured the western part of Jerusalem. And after 1948 also, there was many small wars, but however, a significant war broke in 1967. A significant war broke in 1967. One side Israel, another side Egypt, Syria, Jordan, of course Palestine, and other Arab nations. But in forefront, we had Egypt, Syria, Jordan, of course Palestine. And you won't believe, in just 6 days, Israel, it completely crushed the entire Arab grouping. And you know what Israel did? They captured Sinai Peninsula, one region from Egypt. They captured Golan Heights from Syria. They captured the West Bank territory. West Bank is nothing but area in the western side of Jordan River. So they captured West Bank. So from Egypt participated. From Egypt, they captured some area. From Syria, they captured some area. From Jordan, they captured some area. In just 6 days, a small country, Israel, they defeated a big alliance. However, in 1973, in 1973, once again there was war. There was war. So Israel versus one side Egypt, one side Syria, and of course Palestine. There was a war. That war is called as Yom Kippur War. This Yom Kippur is a festival for Jews. On the festival day in 1973, war was waged. However, Israel successfully defeated the opposite forces. So then what happened? Too many wars is not good, right? Too many wars is not good. So many peace negotiations were started, but before that we have to understand, for all practical purposes, here the white region, the white region which you see, that is Israel. The shaded region, that is called as West Bank, and the small green region, that is called as Gaza Strip. That is called as Gaza Strip. For all practical purposes, this uh, West Bank and this Gaza Strip, these two regions are called as Palestine. I will show you one image. Look at here. It was like this before the advent of Jews. This entire region was Palestine. Slowly, the Jews started settling, and slowly they were annexing more part of the Palestine. They declared it as Israel in 1948. They declared independence. So Israel was further expanding, and today this is the situation. So Israel controls most of the area. This small region is called as Gaza Strip. This small yellow region, that is called as West Bank. And for all practical purposes, when we call Palestine, that refers to this Gaza Strip as well as this West Bank. These two regions is called as Palestine. So the entire green region is called as Israel. Every time there will be war, civil war, terrorist infiltration which will be going on. So peace talks were negotiated. In 1993, US brokered a peace talk between Israel as well as Palestine. That is called as Oslo Accord. Right? So Israel was becoming a separate country. This Palestine, this Gaza Strip, as well as the West Bank, these two regions, they were ruled by a separate government. There was a Palestinian authority. They were ruling it. Israel was ruled by, yes, their own government. So between these two, Israel as well as Palestine, US brokered a peace accord which is called as Oslo Accord. However, many people, they were not okay. Many Palestinians, they were not okay with this kind of peace accord. Right? This was the situation. Today, what is going on? The present Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin, he has openly said in several occasions that he want to take over this entire West Bank. He want to take over this entire West Bank. He is not okay with this Palestine. He want to control the entire region. And you know what Israel Prime Minister is doing? He is asking the Jews to go and settle in this West Bank. So when more Jews go and settle, when more than 5 lakh Jews are going there and they are settling in this West Bank, Israel want to expand, they want to control West Bank. So one side, the Prime Minister, he himself directly says, US is also supporting it. When Donald Trump was the president, he openly said during his election campaign and all, he was openly saying that it will help Israel for capturing that West Bank region. Right? So this is the situation which was going on. And parallelly, Israel was conducting a lot of raids on the Muslim religious institutions. For example, sometime back, Al-Aqsa Mosque, an important mosque for Muslims, which was raided by Israel. So all these was hurting the religious sentiments also. And you should know, as I said, this West Bank as well as this Gaza Strip was under the control of an Palestinian authority. But in the year 2007, this area, this Gaza Strip, that was coming under an Islamist organization which is called as Hamas. Hamas. It is called as Hamas. So who are these Hamas? These Hamas are Islamist organization which saw its origin in Egypt. In 1990s, this Islamist organization dominated by Sunni Muslims. So in Egypt, Hamas, a Islamist organization, was originated, and from there they went to Gaza Strip. And today the Gaza Strip, this small area, I'll come to this image now. So today this Gaza Strip, this small area, is under the control of this Hamas, and West Bank is under the control of a Palestinian authority. Right? So this Hamas, from 2007, they are ruling this Gaza Strip. This Gaza Strip is a very, very small place. If you take the length of this Gaza Strip, it will be around 40 kilometers. If you take the width, it will be around 10 kilometers. Very small. Very small. Right? Around 20 lakh people are living in that Gaza Strip. Hamas is ruling. Hamas is a banned terrorist organization according to Israel, according to US, according to European Union. But however, Hamas is an Islamist organization. It is being banned as terrorist organization by many countries. So now what happened? This Hamas, they were dropping thousands of rockets in 1 hour on 6th of October. In just 1 hour, this Hamas from this Gaza Strip, they were dropping almost 5,000 missiles, 5,000 rockets on Israel. So they were having airstrikes on Israel, and in land they were also infiltrating. Through seas also they were trying to enter into Israel. In all three sides: air attack, land attack, sea attack. Right? And you should know, I'll give you an interesting factor. This Israel, they have something called as Iron Dome. Which is nothing but an anti-missile system. That is, in the borders of Israel, you will have anti-missile system. In the borders of Israel, you will have anti-missile system. So whenever there is an airstrike, the airstrike will be defeated because of the anti-missile system. So the borders of Israel is always placed with anti-missile systems. So anybody who is launching rocket from the border of Israel, another rocket will be launched and the incoming missiles will be destroyed in the air itself. But still, this Hamas group, they were entering in land. They were entering through seas, and they were infiltrating into the Israel, and they killed more than 500-600 people. Thousands of people got affected. 600 people got killed. This was the deadliest attack since that 1967. This became the 1973. This became the deadliest attack. A biggest intelligence failure of Israel. So why they chose this particular October 6th? We have to understand why the Hamas, they chose October 6th for attacking Israel. There is a reason. The reason is October 6th is the 50 years of this Yom Kippur war. Right? So again they chose this Yom Kippur situation. Yom Kippur is a festival situation for Jews, and also they chose the Saturday. So during Saturday, the Jews, they follow a practice. They don't work. They devote the time for God. So they considered that Israel won't retaliate if they attack on Saturday. So this Hamas organization, they attacked Israel on Saturday, that too on the 50th anniversary of this Yom Kippur war. This is not the only reason why Hamas chose this time period to attack on Israel. There are reasons. Israel today is facing some conflict within themselves. There is a conflict going on between the executives of Israel and judiciary of Israel. So within Israel, there is some confusions going on. Situation number one. Another thing, I said recently Israel conducted a raid in one of the important mosque in Israel, which is a very important mosque for Muslims. That is Al-Aqsa Mosque, that was raided, which affected the religious sentiments of the Palestinians, particularly the Hamas. Right? So these two are very important reasons. And another reason is 50th anniversary of that Yom Kippur, Saturday. That is also another reason chosen by this Hamas group to wage war against, or to cause pain on the Israel. Right? So this is what happened, and that led to mass killing. 600s of Israel people was killing, and Israel was also retaliating back. Israel also immediately they retaliated. The operation name given by that Hamas group is called as Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. Operation. So this Hamas group, they were calling this operation as Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. Retaliating that, Israel also, they were coming up with their own retaliation, and Israel called that as Operation Iron Sword. Operation Iron Sword. Right? So, what about the stands taken by different countries? Majority of the countries, including India, they are supporting Israel. Right? But if you take Iran, they are supporting the Hamas group. Right? And majority, they are with Israel. So if you see history, Jews suffered, the Palestinians, they suffered. Right? The suffering cannot be answered with one more suffering. The suffering should be answered through peace negotiations. United Nations came with a two-state solution. If you take India's stand in this occasion, everyone is standing with Israel. But in general, if you take India's stand, India is supporting two-state solution. That is, let the land be divided between the Jews as well as the Palestinians who settled there for long years. Right? So from exam point of view, you can also have that stand. So for other developments, how this is going to escalate, how it is, what kind of consequences it is going to have, that we have to wait and watch. So maybe if required, I'll come up with one more video to give you the update of what is going on. So I hope this video was useful. I hope you got some clarity on this Israel-Palestine history and what is going on today, why there is a fight. Let's pray for the innocent people. Let's hope that there is no more killings. We are able to find a civilized solution in this 21st century. We have to find a civilized solution for all these problems. War cannot be, or war should not be a way to find a solution. All right. So yes, so I hope this video was useful. So tomorrow I will meet you with another important hit list topic. Till then, bye. Take care.